A second independence referendum now very much in play. A pro-independence government in Scotland guaranteed, but without an outright majority, the SNP will work as a team with the Greens. Scotland's First Minister not wasting any time in getting the ball rolling. Scottish independence her goal.
It is a commitment made to the people by a clear majority of the MSPs who have been elected to our national parliament. It is the will of the country. And given that outcome, there is simply no democratic justification whatsoever for Boris Johnson or indeed for anyone else seeking to block the right of the people of Scotland to choose our own future.
But calling for a referendum is not the same as making it happen. You can have a fight for a referendum, you can have a political fight and then a legal fight, but you can't sit here now and tell me that you can guarantee a legal referendum for Scottish people by the end of 2024. That's factually true, though, isn't it?
Let us reflect on what we are actually talking about here.
That's true, isn't it?
Let's have a conversation about what... I acknowledge that there is a risk that the UK government may seek to block democracy in Scotland. Yes, that is a risk. To do such a thing would be extraordinary. It would be undemocratic. It makes independence inevitable.
Unionists say this is not a decision Scotland can make on its own.
I'm not saying it has to go to the Supreme Court. The Scottish Government would be legislating beyond their competency. And of course, the 2014 referendum was held with what Nicola Sturgeon said was the gold standard, which was agreement between the UK Government and the Scottish Government. And that is what the SNP have always said was the right approach.
And listen to the line from Westminster.
It really isn't the time to do constitutional tinkering and have another divisive referendum. I just don't think that is what people want, and the government's very clear that we've had a referendum and now is not the time to have another one.
But that government is a long way away from here, and Holyrood feels very differently. People of Scotland have elected a government that's promised a second independence referendum by the end of 2024. But whether it can deliver on that promise is another matter entirely. The UK government can try to block such a move via the Supreme Court. So while an independence referendum's far from guaranteed, what is nailed on is a constitutional fight about it. And that means that politicians up here will be able to set the agenda in Westminster. The nations of this union are bound by geography and history, but our values are diverging, and these elections show it. Conservative England, SNP Scotland, Labour Wales, and a UK Prime Minister with a firm grasp on England as the rest of the union threatens to slip from his grip. Beth Rigby, Sky News, Holyrood.